Hey VC, hey everybody watching this video. Brandon back again with maybe my first proper video-ish proper. This is going to be the first one where I tried to do some edits and some needle drops for you guys, so we'll see how all that goes. I wanted to shout out a few channels that I just subbed to and started watching, some newer folks. There's Miss Lady Soul, that's M-I-S-S, and then Lady Soul is all one word. And Cosmic Vinyl, he's got a great channel. He's got 3 videos up maybe, but really cool dude, shows some cool stuff. I recommend checking him out. And then the Digital Gramophone, he has a handful of videos. I don't remember exactly how many, but I've been going through the last couple days and watching all their videos, and those are 3 channels I think need some more people watching them, need some love, and they got some good stuff going on. They show great music. They're great at storytelling, and just I recommend those 3. Check them out if you can. So this one, I want to do my top 10 albums of 2018 before we get too far away from the end of the year. And these aren't necessarily my top 10, but these are 10 that I listened to a lot last year. And these all came out in 2018 too. So I'll show them. I'll try to get some needle drops in if the editing all works out, and go on from there. First one I want to talk about Khruangbin, and this is con Todo El Mundo. I've seen this shown around a couple times on different channels, but they're a 3-piece out of Texas. 2 guys, I think the drummer, guitar player, and she's the bass player. That would have been another good one for the female artist contest at Omaha. But they get, I don't know, people call them psych, and maybe they're psych. I think they're more of, it's just a real, they're funky, they're in the pocket, you know, they really lock it in the pocket and take a tune and just groove on it. There's a couple little like ooh and ah harmony parts, but it's mainly all instrumental. And it's great. It's relaxing music. They have some moments where they kind of kick it up and start rocking a little bit, but they really can just take a groove and suck you in and just take you for a ride. Next one is, I'm sure we all know this guy, Ty Segall, his newest album, Fudge Sandwich, which is all covers. So that's kind of cool. I don't know. Some people have love for covers. Some people don't really like covers. Some people are on the fence. But I think he does a really good job with most of them. It's definitely not traditional covers of the songs by any means. He takes them and he fuzzes them up and really kind of gnarly garage tone to them. This one, the deal was just the first however many orders, whatever, came out on this brown, so I guess I ordered it early enough where I got the fudge colored wax, and that's out on In the Red Records, which also has multiple OC's albums, Fuzz, maybe a Ty Segall solo, 1 or 2 outside of that one, but In the Red's a really great label. I would recommend checking them out if you like punky garage, some psych stuff, but it's heavier, grittier. It's got more of an edge to it. Smoke Reverser by the OCs. And this came out on Castle Face, which I think is his, I can't remember his name now. The singer and guitar player for the OCs. I think it's his label. John Dwyer. And this was a Castle Face one from one of the variants they did for it. I don't remember what it was called. But this, honestly, this was the first OCs album that I bought and actually listened to all the way through. I had heard, I don't remember what it was, but I had heard a couple OC songs a long time ago, and I didn't like it. It kind of turned me off to them for a while, and it was just recently that I started kind of digging back into them more, and I got this album, giving them a chance, and it's a double album, and from what I can tell, it's pretty different than a lot of the other stuff they do. There's a lot of organ in this one, kind of, it's proggy, I would say. Not proper prog rock, but it's a little more proggy than garagey, and they're experimenting. It's cool. I like it a lot. I'm gonna end up going back through the whole catalog, I'm sure, and checking it out. Next up, the next one is Man Mountain and Mirror, what is it? Infinity Mirror. These guys are a post-rock band, so once again, it's all instrumental, but it's just the compositions that they do on this thing, and just the way that they build and then release and then kind of create an ebb and flow, and without any words, it really is just a beautiful, beautiful record that will kind of transport you. You can sit back, turn this thing on, and you could zone out if you want, or you can really dig in and listen to what they have going on. It's a great album. Post rock, I don't know, I tried to explain it in a different video. It's like orchestra music if a rock band did it. That's majority of what post rock, at least what I've heard out of post rock, like Godspeed You Black Emperor and these guys are probably my favorite, actually. This album blew me away when I got it. I think it's just a gorgeous piece of music, and if you're into that, if you're into instrumental, or if you're into just kind of, maybe even like if you like movie scores or orchestra, check this out. I think you'll get a joy out of it. I think you'll like it if you give it a chance. we got the Jim Mitchells and Love Hypnotic. This is a kind of bubblegummy pop psych album. This is the second or third album from these guys. I have one other one. It's out on Little Cloud Records. You can snag yourself one of these. But it's jangly, just happy, bouncy, sunshine psych, I would say. Kind of 60s transplanted to today, pretty much, which I like. It's got that 60s sound and tone and vibe to it, but I think that's why I like a lot more modern psych and garage rock. Is just it still sounds, you know, the way that it still has the feeling that they try to get across, but it's got the modern ability of production. Just something you can have edge and be gnarly and nasty and fuzzy and sound great at the same time. And I think that's why I'm really drawn to a lot of modern garage and psych. It's just that studio sound that they can get now, combined with the attitude and the fuzz and the guitar tones. Just, I love it. I just absolutely love it. This might be similar to some of Ty Segal's kind of poppy or lighter stuff, maybe, if you've heard that. But if you like garage, if you like kind of sunshine psych pop, you'll dig that one. Cutworms with Hollow Ground. This is just a solid, fun listen, front to back. Every tune, there isn't one that I skip. It's very British sounding, and by that I mean kind of early Beatles. It's got that tone to it a lot, but the kid can write a song and a melody, and he does a great job. He's a young kid doing this. I think this is he had an EP out before this, and this is the debut album from him on Jaguar. But if you like early Beatles, maybe kind of early Stones, I'm sure there's others I could compare that I'm forgetting, but I'll do some needle drops and kind of try to give you guys ideas of what I'm babbling about here with these records.
Machine. Oh, gonna be so bad.
coming up on this album's a mind trip. You shall see. Alright, and that album is Hexagon by Perhaps. And now I showed this in my vinyl tag for great album with a bad cover, because I think that's pretty boring right there. And it's not that the album is amazing, but it's definitely one of the more interesting albums that I heard last year. It's a 33 12-inch with one song on each side. And it's a continuous track where it starts off with this crazy, gorgeous, like, bluegrass harmony for a couple lines, and that's like the intro is a group of harmonies kind of singing like a bluegrass tune, and then it breaks into On the Run, Pink Floyd synth freak out, and that continues and slowly morphs into saxophone coming in, like jazzing it up. It's wild. I'll play some clips for you. Get lost in all the synth and how the drum beats and the patterns and the polyrhythms, and it's an interesting record. It's not going to be for everybody, I'll tell you that right now, but if you like kind of freak out free jazz, if you like just weird synth, I mean, if you like maybe EDM, maybe give it a shot. It's definitely an experimental record for sure. And this, you can get this on it's out on Riot Season Records if you're interested. So like I said, I'll put some needle drops in and try to give you guys some flavors of what's going on with these.
The water rolls high on the river at midnight. I sit on the shore to grieve and to cry. The woman I love, she left me this morning with no one to love or kiss me goodnight.
Here we go. We have Hoover Hoover E, H-O-O-V-E-R-I-I-I. And these guys are out of Los Angeles, I believe. And in case you're seeing a trend, it's kind of light, airy psych mixed with garage tone, and they do a little garage outbursts, but they have really airy, spacey, tripped out kind of vocal tracks, and they get some synth rips going on. It's a pretty high energy, fun listen. If you like the OCs, if you like Ty Segall, if you like King Gizzard, anything along those veins, the Murlocs, check these guys out. You'll dig them. And this is on, I think you can get this from Permanent Records. You go on their website, they have one for LA and one for Chicago. I think you can get this still on the Permanent Records LA. And let's see, here's a little insert for it. The band. There's the, oh yeah, there we go, Permanent Records right there. Second to last, this one I'm excited to talk about. This is Calliope is the band, or Calliope, and Calliope. Album is Chapel Perilous. This is a local band from out by me in Milwaukee, and they do some traveling around. I know they've gotten around the country a little bit playing some shows, but they're a heavy psych, doom, kind of Sabbathy, but I think the kid plays a farfisa, or he's got some kind of organ, and they're real droney, real doomy, and real spacey at the same time. And they're another one with just the movements that they write into the tracks and how they blend from one to another is really, it takes you on a ride. These guys, I don't only want to promote them because they're local, but I think they're great. Absolutely great. I love this album. It's Chapel Perilous by Calliope. Last one should be no surprise because I already said this favorite album from last year. This is Slift, La Planète Inexplorée. They're a French band. They're still, I mean, they're not big. I think they're still on the local level. This is their first full length. They have an EP out, which I just grabbed the other day. But this is also a situation where there are multiple variants, but it was put out by, I don't know, there's like 4 or 5 different labels on this thing, so I don't know if it was kind of like a team effort to get this thing made and out there, but each one of the variants and each one of the labels had their own pressing of it, and none of them were mass pressed at all. I want to say the most was maybe like 150 of one kind, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 different labels: 6 Tones to Shar, X-Egg Records, Stolen Body, and Howlin' Banana. So I think maybe they were able to make 400 or 500 copies of this record total. So if you can find it, I think you can go on their Bandcamp or Howlin' Banana's Bandcamp and still get a copy of it. You might even be able to get it straight from the band on their Bandcamp. But I really recommend checking this out. This is just hard and heavy, fun attitude garage rock, and it is fuzzed up and ripping. Favorite album of 2018 right here, easily. This thing is going to be on the turntable for quite a long time. And that's it, folks. I hope the editing all works out and this ends up seeing the light of day. But next up, I'll probably be doing a couple of recent pickups once I gather some stuff. I might split them into, I might do it where I show all new records that I bought and then stuff from digs that I find and keep them separate. I know some people like seeing just the digs, some people like seeing the new music, some people like seeing both. So we'll see how all that goes, but first we'll see how this editing goes. This will be interesting. I want to thank everybody who subscribed, everybody who's watching this video, everybody who's commented, who's kind of gone back and forth with me, supported me, you know, gave me tips on videos, and I really appreciate it. I have subbed as many of you back as every time I get a comment or I see somebody sub me, I'm subbing you back, and I'm trying to leave comments and interact with you guys and really get involved here. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate it a lot, and keep on spinning, everybody.